The purpose of this meeting today is to consider granting an application for this establishment here to sell beer. And I've gave you all, y'all got the same packet I got, and everybody's had an opportunity to look over it. Is there any questions or discussion or anything pertaining to this? On this application that we received on the two charges that were dismissed and the one that's currently on probation for 11/29.
Would you like to make a statement about the charges or anything that's pending against you?
I mean,
Are you Corey?
yeah.
Okay, I'm doing minutes, so.
Yeah, no, not necessarily. Just going with what they said I needed to do. I already have all the community service done. I have court date for the 19th. Yeah, for the charge that I had for what they wanted for public intoxication, I never had any blood alcohol or anything that was ever blown. So Tennessee's, I guess, one of the states where they can say that without having any documentation of that being true.
So is that charge still pending as of right now?
I guess so until the 19th, until they get my community service hours done, but talk through everything with the court and that's all I gotta do.
I thought I saw where they were dropped, those two charges, and you pled guilty to the,
Attempted tampering with evidence.
yes,
Yeah, so it's attempted tampering with evidence.
but the two pertaining to the alcohol has been dropped, is that correct?
Okay, yeah.
And you currently have 11 months, 29 days probation that you're on now.
So I actually talked to the gentleman who is the head of that, and he already had me pay all the fees for that and said once I go back with the community service completed that possibly will just be done. Because I never had to meet with him or anything, I just talked with him in the court. He had me do all the court fees, pay them for the probation, and then do the 96 hours community service, which I have the documentation for.
I think the way that probation works, you gotta go, you physically have to go to the probation officer every month, I think.
Nope, he told me personally himself, I did not have to go there and do the meeting for the intake at all. And I've spoke with them multiple times about it.
Okay, who's the gentleman you're talking to?
He's the head of all the probation.
Discussion on this.
So do you have any documentation to all that?
As to,
Who you talked to and
I mean, I can
what
look at the voicemail of what they said, but I mean, no, because I never, like I said, I never had to meet with anybody because he personally took the note that I got when I was in court and said I did not have to go meet with them to complete my 96 hours and then go back on the 19th at 10:30.
And that's April 19th? Okay.
Well, what I'm looking at, those two were dismissed. The only one that you pled guilty to was the,
Attempted tampering with evidence.
yes,
Yep.
and that, you got 11 months, 29 days probation, $100 fine, 96 hours community service. And my experience over the years with the probation is you go to a probation officer once a month and pay $45 maybe.
But I already paid all that up front as a one fee in the courtroom the day of the court. So I do not have to go monthly, and I just had to complete the 96 community service and go back the 19th. Her as of who is in head of Hawkins County in Rogersville probation officer, because the female who I talked to said she had to talk to him and then he called me back.
And Mark Stapleton also
Yeah,
called.
and Mark Stapleton's my attorney and verified all that. I mean, I have the paper and the thing that, would he have signed on the paper that I had to complete for the community service?
The community service is one thing versus the,
I'm saying he's the probation head office, head person. He's the one who gave me the paper to have filled out.
Could you get it so we
Yep.
can see who it is?
that's where you completed the 96 hours, right?
But like I said, I haven't had to check in with anybody the whole time because they set that date for April 19th and that was the next time I just went to talk to them.
How long have you been a resident of Hawkins County?
This will be going on 7 years.
Have you had any
No.
issues before
No,
that?
never had anything going on, never been arrested, nothing.
Mr. Chairman, I move to deny the beer permit for this establishment.
Motion's been made to deny this establishment, this permit for this establishment. Do I hear a second?
I'll second.
Motion been made and second to deny the permit for this establishment.
Be careful, I go ahead and have a discussion.
Go right ahead.
Because I do feel like I need to explain to you what I'm thinking here. And I don't want to go into a whole lot of detail about this part, but the way that the law reads for us is that we have to take into account the moral turpitude that we apply of the permit. What I'm looking at is the date of the offense. It's not been that long ago that you continue to have adjudication against you at this point that's not been resolved. And the nature of the complaint gives me a little bit of concern. And I hope you understand, please don't take this personal. I'm trying to look at it strictly as a commissioner and trying to follow the guidelines that I have before me. But based on those factors, I just don't feel comfortable issuing a beer permit to this establishment at this time.
Okay.
Motion's been made and second. Any other discussion? Not, we'll ask the clerk to call the roll, please, Secretary.
And
Do
by
we
the
need-
way, the motion is to deny the permit. So
Yes.
yes denies,
Yes.
no issues.
Right.
Okay. Jason Roach,
Yes.
Robbie Palmer,
Yes.
Joshua Gillum,
Yes.
John Gibson's absent, Jeff Barrett,
I agree with Commissioner Roach. I'm going to vote yes on this.
Betsy Barker, yes, Danny Alves.
Yes. With that said, the application is denied.